me. This a black colorism, big hypocrisy. So if I wake up tomorrow, look like a browning. Oh, automatically mood carry the swing. No phone and angle like the song you me sing. Because I know phone guilty for the same damn thing. What's your perception of a pretty woman? Is it straight nose with her hair well long? Black girls lose self-confidence cause they attach the word ugly to our complexion. Well, since you say that I'm too black for you, I please you, do I look?
Tell them Spice.
Now I'm gonna
tell them Gracie.
I'm too black for you. Or do I look pretty to you? Black people hypocrisy. Leave the girls them with low self-esteem.
It is 12:30 in the eye. Grace Latoya Hamilton, known professionally as Spice, is the queen of the dancehall, CEO of Grassinoir, entrepreneur, and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star. In 2019, she received the MTV Movie and TV Award for her role in the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta show. She has collaborated with the likes of Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Shaggy, Sean Paul, Vybz Kartel, Sean Kingston, Maya, and countless others. Spice created history as the first artist alive in her genre to peak 1 million Instagram followers. Today, we journey with Spice on the road to success. Spice, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Boy, I tell you, it was worth the wait. I know we tried off right in May, but nothing before the time.
Definitely. Yeah.
And thank you so much, too, for taking time out of your busy schedule. We know you had Good Morning Britain, and they are some 6 hours ahead, so it cannot be easy.
Never wake up from 2 a.m.
Oh, my gosh. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me as well. Thank you for taking the time out to talk to me. You know, I have to always represent for Jamaica anyway.
Don't it? And you're looking fab in your Grassinoir. The red, it works. It pops with the blue
Thank you.
hair.
I have on glasses. I woke up. I did Good Morning Britain at 2 a.m. Went back to bed. Wake up at 6 a.m. So I didn't have time to get glam. So that's why I put my shades and my hat. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to put on something.
Look here, skin still popping. You woke up like this. Hello.
Yes.
So, Spice, let's just begin with the foundation. And I want to start with a popular Spice quote. Them see the glory, but them don't know the story. Take us to the genesis of your story, where you were born and raised, and how would you describe your upbringing?
I come from humble beginnings. I was born and raised in a community in Portmore called Old Brayton, Cresta Lane. I remember when I was 9 years old, my father died, leaving, my siblings and I, 5 of us, with my mom. When my father died and my mother passed out and rushed to the hospital, that's when she found out she was pregnant with my younger sister. So it was a horrific memory for me, I've been taking care of myself since as far as I can remember. Just that story, my father was the breadwinner. My mother couldn't find for all of us. And so I remember when I was going to Brayton Junior High, because of absence and stuff like that, they did not want me to do GSAT at the time. Oftentimes my mother couldn't find like lunch money to give me to go to school. I had one uniform, so sometimes if I washed the uniform, it wouldn't dry for the next day, so I made me school. But I was so confident in myself. I remember begging them for me to do that GSAT test, and they was like, no, you're not ready yet. And I was like, I'm telling you, I can do it. I study when I don't come to school. And they gave me the opportunity, and that's how I passed with flying colors. And I passed for St. Catherine High School. So I'm a past student at the St. Catherine High School. And even going to high school, I used to walk to school. My mother moved to Spanish Town, so we were living in Windsor Road for a short period of time. And I came home one day from Windsor Road, and my house was gone. I lost my house to fire. And so even now, I tell people all the time, I was once homeless. So sometimes I'm on Instagram and I'm like, I left from homeless to owning houses. I used to believe in myself so much when I was younger. I used to plan everything that I'm living right now. I tell people I'm living my dreams, because even walking to school, I used to DJ when they teach me the lyrics. I used to DJ the lyrics, and that's how Spice was born. when I was at St. Catherine High School, I used to lead the choir. Sometimes you see people under my comments saying choir, because I used to lead the choir in Pascal Hall. I used to enter JCDC festivals for my school. I was always in performing arts. So if you notice, like my performances and stage entrances, I've been doing that since I was a child. You know, and that's where Spice was born. When I left St. Catherine High School, a friend of mine introduced me to Evie D Junior Fraser, who is like the promoter for Sting. So big up Evie D and Leng. And they gave me the opportunity to perform at Sting when I was about 14 or 15 years old, I think. And that's where Spice was born, on Sting stage in Jamaica. And I think that was maybe 1999 or something like that, as far back as I can remember. That's just in a nutshell of where... In a nutshell. Yeah.
But Spice, you know, some people will say, like, circumstances don't make me who I am, or, you know, you did not allow your circumstances to define who you are. As a young child, experiencing and seeing the roughness of life and seeing your mom having to struggle that way, losing your dad who was the main breadwinner, what did you say to yourself as a youngster that motivated you and kept you going and reaching for the stars?
I just used to tell myself that I have to make it. I have to, the struggles and stuff that I was facing at the time. I'm so sorry. Did you hear me? The struggles and stuff that I was facing at the time, it was so unbearable that they motivated me to want better. So even at times when I have to go to bed without food, I'm like, no, there is better out there. I have to, you know, I have to become something great. And I was so eager to just, you know, launch out of that situation. So I tell people all the time that my past motivates me. And as a mother myself, I have 2 kids, as you know. I never want them to go through what I went through. So that's also a motivation for me, because I continue to work hard so that they will never be able to face what I faced as a child. And so I just used to promise myself. My father is a fan of Professor Nuts. And so before he died, because he died when I was only 9, before he died, he used to play Professor Nuts song in the house, and he used to say, sing this, my daughter. And I used to sing it word for word. And he used to boast and say, you're going to become a star, my daughter, a star. And I remember how he used to ride with me in Portmore and tell me to sing for his friends, or DJ for his friends. And he used to boast about me so much and say, I'm a star, my daughter gonna become a star. Yeah. That when he died, I took that with me. It never left me. So my father was a Rasta man. He used to love Bob Marley and Professor Nuts. And I used to sing all of the songs them. And I don't know what he saw in me, but since I was a child, he used to tell me that, yeah, you're going to become a big star. And when he died, I just took that with me.
Wow. You know, Spice, you did say you're condensing it a bit, and I want people to know that you also formally attended the Edna Manley College of Visual and Performing Arts. How despite your dream of becoming an accountant, how talk to us about how that period of your life helped to groom and help the performer that you are today?
So like I said, I used to do a lot of JCDC festivals when I was going to St. Catherine High School, and I used to be the leader for the choir. So I become famous within St. Catherine High School because I used to DJ and perform, and I'm always doing extremely great. So people used to encourage me and say, no man, you have to go Edna Manley. And at the time I didn't even know what it was. And so I left St. Catherine and did Edna Manley based on how people used to praise the way I act, the way I sing, the way I dance and everything. And that's what kind of propelled me to go to Edna Manley. But during the process of being in St. Catherine High School, I wanted to become a chartered accountant. And I'm also so extremely happy that I was doing like the accounting subjects, mathematics and all of that. I was so good at it. Because right now, Ray Alexander, who's my booking agent for the past 10 years, he collects all my money. And he will sometimes, you know, pay out my bills or do whatever. Like I would say, okay, Ray, do this, send this to my mother, do this for me, do that for me. But when me come back at Jamaica, Kishima, if I want
balance the books.
You know, the 1 cent for them. So So
Yeah.
I'm happy that I was, doing a bit, the accounting subjects and stuff like that. But all of that has helped to mold and shape me into the person that I am today. So yes, I did St. Catherine High School, and I also did Edna College, and all of that has helped me so much.
No, you mentioned earlier that, you got your break on Sting Stage in 1999, but it wasn't until around 2000 that you got your big break with Fight Over Man, produced by Dave Kelly. Take us back to this defining moment in your music career.
So when I went to Sting Stage in 1999 and I bust the crowd, I got called back like 4 to 5 times. That's where Spice was born. I used to go around and DJ. There's some videos going around on the internet when I was pretty young, little slim, when Ninja Man calling me on the stage, or a Bounty Killer, and people post them and it was like, look at Spice. But at those time before 2003, I used to find every single stage show that was keeping in Jamaica. And it doesn't matter how far it them. I would have got Ocho Rios, would have got Montego Bay, anywhere I see something I keep where I can reach, I would go to display my talent in order to make it big or to bust out. So funny enough, people used to book me for stage shows before I have a hit song. So I was touring, I was going to America on performances because of my adaptability to perform so very well on stage. Because everywhere I go on stage, I used to bust the crowd and mash up the place that everybody was talking about Spice. So it wasn't until like 2003 where I was on tour in England with Baby Sham, Ward 21. And I was the only one there on tour, and I was mashing up the tour. I never have a 45 record. I never have a hit song. I never record no song. I used to just spit live lyrics on stage and mash up the place. And people was booking me to perform because I used to do so great on stage. So Baby Sham said to me, oh, you perform, on a tour, and have a 45. And I'm like, I don't know. Me just like, go and do it until me make it. And I said, I never had the opportunity to go to studio to record nothing. And he must say, really? And you're bad, so? And Baby Sham said to me, I'm going to introduce you to Dave Kelly. You have to meet Dave Kelly and, record a song. And I was, at the time, I know Dave Kelly's name was so big. And of course, Baby Sham was at his peak. So I was super excited. And I was on the tour in England. And Baby Sham said, as soon as we get off the tour, I'm going to introduce you to Dave Kelly. And when we came back to Jamaica, he introduced me to Dave Kelly. And he recorded Fight Over Man. And within a couple of days, I hear it all over the radio. And I was like, oh, it's so easy. But I don't think it was so easy. It was because of everything that I've done and built up to that moment why Dave Kelly kind of believed in me and Baby Sham. So I didn't take all the rest of the years where I was struggling for granted, because that built me in such a great artist and stage performer. So I'm happy I never get it easy. But yeah, Fight Over Man came 2003, and that's just where everything started for me. I never look back.
But Spice, sometimes when we hear the stories, especially from females, like you hear, the horror stories as it relates to coming up in the entertainment industry and some of the challenges and the struggles. Speak a little bit as it relates to how was that experience for you? Was it really rough and gritty, or you sort of found yourself around good people who assisted you along the way?
I wouldn't say I find myself with good people, but the stories that other females share about men and horrific things that they go through and whatever. I always tell them that I've never experienced that, because I tell them all the time, when you laugh and lower your guard, then people come and ready to take advantage of you. When I used to go to studio, I was the only female there, pure male and ray. But me not go laughy. Me not wearing a shorts for studio. Me just go do my work, and if somebody says something out of place, the way me face them, put them in them place, them no say, here what, no, but I pass a place with Spice. So I'm always that focused woman who normally get just respect, because people just know said Spice, she bad, and she's about her work. And Jada and I was having a discussion the other day about the same topic, and she was expressing like things that she went through. But I expressed to her, where I feel that what she did from what, I tell her that people just mark you for who you are. So you have to just focus, make them know saying that depend that. No laughy. If you laughy, and gigi, man, I've already, I know say, okay, she gonna take a laugh. But if them know you're not take the laugh, them just say you're not take the laugh. So I've never had a certain experience that female I've spoke about. I'm always about my business. I'm always just getting respect. Even the relationship that I have with Vybz Kartel, I used to go to studio with him all the time. And them always I say, one thing with Muma, you know, she and the laughing, a song me come for Vybz. So he has gained such respect for me, I guess, because he saw the difference with me and other female. And just must just come to studio, me I write. And if him say, sure, me I get ready for the show, and I'm focused on just my business.
Collab with Kartel, of course, it gave you your international debut, hitting the Billboard Hot 100 chart in 2008. But your musical bond with Vybz Kartel goes beyond Ramping Shop, like you mentioned. Talk to us about that.
So like I said, at studio with Vybz Kartel, even before, you know, Ramping Shop, Vybz Kartel and I, we both come from Portmore. So before he became the Vybz Kartel that we know today, we both was doing the same thing, searching for stage show in order to go out there, or for bus, as you may call it. So we used to click up bad artists from Portmore. If a taxi, we have to rent or take taxi, and we have got towards the show so we can display our talent. So I know Vybz Kartel before he became popular and famous. I remember one time there was a show in, I think it was Runaway Bay or somewhere, and the taxi full. And me, I tell I'm the only female, little bit, but me I tell them, say, oh, no, left me. Me no response, so me, oh, no, left me. So I sit on Vybz Kartel lap and drive all the way to country. Because DJ. But he was always so respectful. I tell, the Vybz Kartel that I know, I wish that everybody could have get a chance to meet that person that I know. Always laughing, always happy, full of vibes, just a natural, you know, happy person. And him always look out for me. And I just never forget those days. So like even now when the tour will be our boss, I keep on I represent for him and I call him name when I travel worldwide. People don't understand it, but I'm coming from. So despite everything that happened now with them, because I know the struggles and where we came from as an artist coming up in the business. So I just have a lot of love and respect for him based on where we came from.
Now, in your song, Like a Man, right, you creatively denounce the double standard of the male-dominated music industry. Were you personally frustrated at this point when you voiced that track?
Frustrated could be a word, because at the end of the day, I remember days when I used to go to stage show and male artists never wanted to perform after me. And they didn't want to perform after me because they know say when me go up on the stage or mash up the stage, that city is a rap, never left them in a one big hole. So for me, I used to feel like I wasn't getting the respect that I deserve, and I knew that it was because it's a male-dominated business or because that I'm a woman. But I know enough male artists who can't deliver like Spice. And so I was like, that's how I creatively did that Like a Man song. When I say, all right, let me take off my wig now and put on a big pants and put on a moustache for say, this double standards, is this what you need to give me my respect? Because not because I'm a female, you're not giving me the respect where you're a male artist when enough people know that the male artist is not bad like Spice. So that's how that whole creative song came about. But I could say definitely it was frustration, because coming up in the business is hard to know that as a woman you go through so much, you do so much. When it comes to some festival, I put on so many, you know, great performances, stage entrances. I do so much for the genre itself and to entertain people, but like yet still they never want to give me the respect that I know that I deserve.
Do you find out, because you know sometimes you have to be so hardcore, and when you're doing your thing and you're competing, I know you definitely don't think about competing or trying to outshine your fellow female entertainers, but just to be on top, you have to outshine everybody. Do you find that because you always have to have this hardcore exterior, you sometimes say to us that Spice and Gracie are two different people? How has the industry and being a part of it hardened Spice a bit in terms of how you sometimes communicate?
The industry have hardened me in ways where I would probably go to a dancehall space and them just play bare male songs from the, and stand up in the party. And I say, no man, all night I'm gonna hear one female song. And I used to be that one where we have to brave up and go to the selector and take all the mic and say, pull up. Woman in the dance, make we hear some girl song and talk the things them and I request my song. So it has the industry has hardened me in so many ways. I explain to people all the time that the industry has created a different persona. Because even sometimes when I perform on stage and the way I go on and the behavior that I display, when I come off and I watch it back, I'm looking like, who is that person? And I mean that. And even my siblings talk about it all the time. How with the grace that they know. I'm just always a happy person, always laughing, giving jokes, just very humble and, just like a sweetheart at home. But when I go on stage and I get that mic and I metamorphosize into this character, people is like, no man, it's like a totally different person. But the business does that. It hardens you. You have to be hard to be in dancehall. You have to build feet.
No, you kind of alluded to it a bit, whether it is on stage, a music video, or the announcement of a new song, you think outside the box, which always spark a conversation, ongoing conversation, sometimes for days. How do you deal with public criticism and scrutiny?
As an artist, you have to build for public scrutiny, criticism. So I think I'm built for it. So it don't really affect me because I realize that as a public figure, you're going to always get public opinions. So you have to definitely prepare for that. You can't change that and you will never be able to change that. So when it comes, I'm already prepared for it. So when I'm doing a project, I know that not everybody will like it. Some people are going to say yes, some people are going to say no, some people might maybe, some people. So you have to prepare for that. So how I deal with it, I don't really take no mind. I make glimpse through comments sometimes, but I don't make it my practice to, if Kishima posts something, they're going to read what they must say about me, so it don't affect me. You just have to realize that people have their opinions
and
about
will
you,
express it.
And you can't change that. So I don't really pay comments and stuff, don't mind. I am always focused on what I need to get out there, and I do that regardless.
No, I have to tell you, you are a marketing genius.
22, 21. Can you hear me? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You're definitely...
One moment.
All right. If you're just joining us, we're talking to Spice, Queen of the Dancehall, and it's all about Road to Success, the journey. And it is indeed a fantastic journey. It's okay. We know things happen. It's live radio. It's show business. So, we'll just roll with the punches. Now, like I was saying, Spice, you are a marketing genius. You know exactly what to do when you want the world to stop and look and listen. Now, how did you successfully execute the Black Hypocrisy PR stunt without leaking it? And what did you learn about public opinion in that instant as well?
I think that was one of the hardest moments for me, to be honest, because the things to get it to come to life, it was so detailed and intricate. And I remember when I did the white face, I was in Jamaica and I needed to come to America, but I couldn't travel like that because I'm like, oh, they're not gonna let me through immigration. So I had to be fully masked up and covered. It was, oh my God, Kishima, that was one of the hardest times in my life. But I did it because I felt it was needed at the time. As a Black woman with a Black daughter, the way how I saw social media going and Black women tearing down each other, degrading each other, the comments was getting horrible, and every day you go, you just see people just dragging and tearing each other. I myself experienced colorism where people, even from Jamaica, was saying, no man, our Spice rich and our Spice have so much money and she now bleach and turn up herself. So when they use that word, I'm like, okay, so because I'm successful and I'm rich, I need to bleach my skin like everybody else, because it was a big trend. Everybody was changing their complexion. And they tell themselves that when you bleach, you're hot and you're hype. So I felt at the time like, okay, I need to stop this so that other dark-skinned Black women can know and love and appreciate themselves, because I saw society doing something where it was making you feel that you had to bleach to become successful. I had a huge platform and I just sat down creatively and put thoughts into it. And I said, this is what I wanted to do. When I come up with this message, I need every single person in the world to hear this message. So I wanted to have the world's undivided attention. I wanted to display and delivering this message. And so, of course, everybody know me, extreme. Everything what we do always over the top. So I had to do drastic measures to create awareness for colorism. So I never wanted to physically bleach myself or my skin. So I came up with the idea to use makeup to make my appearance seem lighter. So I can say to the world, is this how you want me to look? You know, so because society was making it feel like, listen, if you don't bleach, you're not turn up or whatever. And surprisingly, when the picture came out at the time, people was going crazy over that, the look of the picture. So, and that is why I called it Black Hypocrisy, because I feel like Black people, we are so hypocritical among each other that we don't even realize it. And let's talk about even with the perming of the hair. If you notice, sometimes when dark girls wear their natural hair, people will come up to you and say, no, man, you have to perm your ear, man. When you cream out your ear, when you do this, and it's like they want you to take the nappy out of the hair to appreciate, you know, your whole appearance. So I just came up with that idea to create awareness of colorism, like I said, because I myself was experiencing it. And I just hated the fact how Black people was degraded and tearing down each other at the time. And I did get, you know, the world's undivided attention with Black Hypocrisy. So I was happy with that awareness that I created.
You absolutely did it. So you had to wash off your makeup to go through the airport, though.
Listen,
you tell me that, you know.
Hours to apply. That's a number one. So I had to sit down for 4 hours each time I did it, because I did it more than one time. So yeah, I had to sit down for 4 hours in order to achieve that look. That was my way of protesting. That was the modern way of protesting. So, you know, back in the days, people get them placard and them march. Well, I use my own physical body as a protest.
Look, I said it already, and I've said it on many spaces across IRI FM on various platforms. You are a marketing genius, and we're going to be talking so much more after this cash pot break. We're going to be talking about Grassinor. We're going to be talking about Godongde, that is creating waves, and so much more. If you're just joining us, we're on the road to success, the journey. We're journeying with Spice. Spice, don't go anywhere.
It's not what you expect me to say, but I'ma go ahead and say it anyway, 'cause I was told I would reach first.
So listen up to your top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4 hot pick, and cash pot lunchtime draws up next.
'Cause society say brown girls.
Now you can have a Heineken 0.0 before driving. The time by Heineken 0.0, great taste, zero alcohol, must be 18 years old to drink, is...
It is now 12:59.
When me use Island Fresh with aloe vera, it make me skin feel so much smoother. So if you want to feel better and smell fresher, use Island Fresh with aloe vera.
Manufactured by Island Products, 934-0666.
The time is...
It is now 1 o'clock. We are standing by, so listen up to your top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4 hot pick, and cash pot lunchtime draws up next.
It's not what you expect me to say.
Radio, IRI FM.
But I'ma go ahead and say it anyway, 'cause I was told I would reach further if the color of my skin was lighter, and I was made to feel inferior. 'Cause cause society say brown girls prettier. Me love the way me look, me love me pretty black skin. Respect you to me strong melanin. Proud of me color, love the skin that I'm in. Gun racism, demolish colorism. But the things when me I go say, you might not even love me back. I get hate from my own race, yes, that's a fact. Cause the same black people, them say I'm too black. And if you bleach out your skin, them same one come a chat. Well, since you say that I'm too black for you, I please you, do I look how you want me to? Now I'm gonna see if you're gonna say I'm too brown for you. Or do I look pretty to you? Black people, hypocrisy.
There's lottery games. This could be your lucky day. Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon. It is Thursday, July 1, 2021. Happy International Reggae Day. I am Carrie Ann, and welcome to this afternoon's Supreme Bench's live lunchtime game draw. Now, before we begin, here's a quick look at our mid-morning winning numbers. Now, please remember that all live draws are being supervised by the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. And now, let's put some money in your top draw. Now, this afternoon's top draw jackpot has climbed to $600,000. So, here are your winning top draw numbers. Here we go. And from Money Upon Top of Money, the first top draw number coming your way this afternoon is 19. Now, right after 19, we have the number 7. Now, the next top draw number coming your way, it is 15. Now, right after 15, we have lucky number 4. And for $600,000, our final top draw number is lucky number 2. And now, let's pick your play with our dollars game. So I hope you're feeling lucky. Here goes. And this afternoon's winning lunchtime dollars numbers are coming right down. Now, first in line, we have a solid number 30. Right after 30, we have 28. Now, next up, it is a lucky number 31. Now, the next dollars number coming your way is 14. And right after 14, it's coming down slowly but surely. It is 25. Next up is number 1, and of course we're halfway there. So what is next? It is 16, and 16 is followed by lucky number 8. Now the next dollars number coming your way is 12. Right after 12, what do we have? 33, and 33 is followed by lucky number 2. And guess what? We wrap things up this afternoon in our dollars game with the number 35. And now for some easy winnings with our Pick 2 game. So get those tickets out and let's play. Now the first Pick 2 number coming your way is the number 2, and our second Pick 2 number is 5. So once again, the one Pick 2 numbers are 2 and 5. Up next, you can play 3 ways the game. You can play straight and mix, and of course, you know it. Just back it up. Here we go. And the first Pick 3 number this afternoon, here it comes. It is the number 9. Now the second Pick 3 number is a 6, and the third and final Pick 3 number in our Pick 3 game is the number 5. So once again, the one Pick 3 numbers are 9, 6, and 5. It is now time to tune up your winnings, so get ready for a Pick 4 game. And of course, you guessed it right, the balls are bubbling up. So first up, we have a 0. Now the second Pick 4 number this afternoon is 5. Now the third Pick 4 number coming your way is the number 1, and our final Pick 4 number, here it comes. It is a 4. So once again, the winning Pick 4 numbers are 0, 5, 1, and 4. Now, it's easy for win, so let's spice things up with Hot Pick. And this afternoon's winning lunchtime Hot Pick number is lucky number 1. Congratulations, all our Hot Pick winners. Again, the winning number is 1. Now get on track because Cashpot Money Train are run. Every week it is a mystery prize. Now this week you can win $290 for every $10 winning Cashpot bet. So board the train and collect your winnings. Let's get ready to play our Cashpot game for Thursday, July 1, 2021. Now, guess what? You live to play it, but can you win it? Now, are you ready to be a big Cashpot winner? And this afternoon's winning Cashpot number is lucky number 27. Congratulations, Solar Cashpot winners. Again, the winning number is 27. It is now time for some mega winnings, so good luck. And what is it going to be this afternoon? Let's see what's coming your way. Here it comes. It is coming right up. What will it be? Let's see. Here it comes. It is a white ball that was selected. So go mega 6 times per day for more chances to win big. Again, the winning cash pot number is 27. Lucky mark, big fire. And of course, the white ball was selected for both cash pot and hot pick. And now let's take a look at this afternoon's winning numbers. And of course, a big congrats to everyone who won. So please make sure you can come back at 3 p.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Carrie Ann. Have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3-peat 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
All right, that was the lunchtime top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in hot pick and cash pot special pot draws. If you're just joining us, it's all about Road to Success, the journey. We are journeying right now with dancehall superstar Spice, who has been on the go. And, you know, it's just really heartwarming seeing you out there, Spice, and doing your thing. And, you know, congrats, keep doing it. No, I see your award behind you on your light blue piano for persons who are not watching. Now, how does an international dancehall artist become a reality TV star on Love and Hip Hop? And how were you recruited, and what were your initial thoughts? And did you know you could appeal to an American audience?
So to be honest, when I did the Love and Hip Hop franchise, I wanted the American world to put a face to the songs, because I think a lot of people, when I entered, they was like, Spice done big already, she no need to go up on Love and Hip Hop. But I don't think people realize that there's so many more for us to grow. And even when I went on it, there was still people here in America who didn't know who the Spice brand was, and now they're able to put a face to the name. You know, when the show came to Jamaica, I think they were episode 7 or 6. You know, when Mona Scott reached out to Stacey Trong, you know, she was like, you know, Love and Hip Hop coming to Jamaica, we'd love Spice to show them around the island. And they came, and that's where I got the idea to say, oh, this is something I could do, you know, to get more internationally known. A lot of people sometimes may collab with other artists, but I wanted people to get to know Spice and get my personality. And I saw the opportunity, and I auditioned just like anyone else, shared my story, and, you know, they fell in love with the fact that, you know, musically, I wanted to come to America and to become, you know, more internationally known. And that's where it started for me. And I just, you know, took the opportunity, made the sacrifice, and anything to propel my career, I'm always open.
Now, the awareness of cultural diversity is important to break barriers and, you know, attain success in general. Can you recall doing or saying anything on the show taken out of context due to personal differences?
Definitely. I mean, my first cultural difference was my experience with Tokyo, when people were saying Tokyo, and the people here in America, they took so much offense to it. But I told them, I said, listen, where I come from in Jamaica, we call people by their characteristic. If somebody sells juice, we call him juicy. If somebody have one hand or one foot, we call him one-y. If somebody is short, we call him short man. If somebody, so it's like, we don't really take things as personal. We can run joke about anything, tell us say a maga and it know whatever. But here they take offense to every little thing. You can't really, you know, make joke over people's, I guess, characteristic.
Yeah.
But where we come from, we run joke, and me tell my sister every day, said, no man, you get fat man. And
fat and look good. Exactly.
But you can't do it.